So what's going on, y'all? So great times. Great times to be a Cane. We ain't got no worries right now. We ain't got no quarterback issues for the first time since I can remember. And the game ended up exactly how I expected. My prediction pregame was 41-17. We ended up winning 41-17. Um, I will say that the flow of the game didn't go how I expected. I thought that we would give Martinez at least 25 touches. He only got about, I think, 16 or 17. And, it was spread around a little more as far as with the carries, which I don't have a problem with that at all. But Martinez didn't go for at least 150 how I thought. I thought he would be heavy on that or whatever. But instead, Cam Ward took over. And he did a lot of the shit that we had seen him doing on film already. That was the one thing that I was harping on in the video prior to this. I know, a lot of times we've gotten our hopes up and shit like that, but just being real, this is the first time we were coming into a season where everything we were depending on, these motherfuckers had film at the college level of them doing it against good competition or at the highest level. The only spots where we didn't have that was tight end because we was hurt last year. Left guard, center was iffy in some folks' eyes, but from what I was told, Carpenter had sewn it up and he showed it in the game. He played his ass off. One of the corners was a question mark, and then Jaden Harris. And I also didn't know how Wesley was going to play, if I'm being real. I'm glad Wesley had a good game outside of the one error, which y'all will see it on when we look at the film. But outside of that one error, that was an egregious one, in my opinion, that led to the long 71-yard touchdown and whatnot. I felt like Wesley played a great game, though. He made a lot of other plays. A lot of his other fits were right. He made the tackles, and he bounced back because when scrimmage first opened and he got his ass ran over by Martinez and that boy cribbed that shit, I do feel like that, you know, played a role in him not playing well in the scrimmage. Because that's what we was hearing that he was doing great in practice, but when it came down to the scrimmage, he kind of, had gotten off the mark. But when the lights was brightest and they came on, that boy was prepared and salute and shout out to him. He did what he needed to do. But nah, man, everything else was sewn up. So I mean, it is what it is, man. Cam Ward, what, 26 to 35, uh, 385, three touchdowns to one pick. I personally don't like him rolling out and then throwing back across his body. I know he does it a lot on film. If he's gonna do it, I just prefer he don't do it over the middle of the field. The first time he did it, it was a phenomenal catch by X. And X was open and all of that. It's a great catch. The second time he does it, which we'll see it on the film for the second time when he rolls. One, Florida got the initial shit covered up if we keep it funky. Like the initial routes they had, them shits was covered pretty much across the board. So, as he starts to scramble, he sees George come breaking. George is breaking open. He throws it, tips off his hand. Shamar James pick it off. It is what it is. But I can live with that. A lot of other great plays. I mean, y'all seen how much in control he was. He was really just out there doing whatever he wanted to do. One of my favorite plays was when he was scrambling to the opposite side. He takes one step to basically buy him some additional time to throw the D lineman off. He take him one step, false step by the D lineman. He keeps rolling out, and then he dumps that ball off. I thought that was a key play. And a way to make things happen, man. I think that it's very clear and apparent that we have a Heisman caliber quarterback. I'm not saying that he wins the Heisman. That just depends on how the season plays out. But if he stays healthy, I expect him to get an invite to New York. He's that type of talent. He's that caliber of player. Um, he can make all of the NFL throws 100%. Sometimes he does things that are questionable, like, rolling back across, throwing late, across his body and stuff like that. But that's what he gonna do, man. He a gunslinger. He gonna make them throws more often than not. The throws that he's making are gonna be successful. Um, he didn't put the ball in harm's way after that, in my opinion, at all. Everything else was either a clear, decisive completion or, a ball where the offense obviously had a better chance than the defense. So, um, I also think him running early on with the scrambles when he recognized they was in man, he like, all right, y'all gonna give me the shit, I'm gonna take it. Like, I felt like that had a great impact. The O line did their thing, man. Outside of the one drive where there were a couple of busts, where pressure came in, overall they did a great job. We only gave up one sack. Florida's pass rush was non-existent. Like they couldn't do shit at all. Like we dominated them in the trenches on both sides of the ball. Like we didn't even have Bane. I think we lost Bane after what, the first or second series, and it didn't matter because we actually have legitimate depth now. That's the one thing. Like all the rivals and you can say whatever you want, man. We got real depth. All of that shit they was talking before the game, none of that shit matters. Like I said, y'all gotta line that shit up, and the holes that I addressed that Florida had, it all came true. Honestly, everything was true, bro. I evaluated what they had on their roster objectively, not even on no fan shit, just looking at what they had for real. And even with breaking down Graham Mertz, I told y'all what the deal was with that shit. But um, shout out to Elijah Arroyo too, man. I'm happy that he's healthy. He played a great game. I like that we got the tight ends involved. So between him and Lofton, Cam McCormick scored the first TD. I thought that was great, man. Great involvement for game one. Carpenter balled on the whole line. Um, yeah, so they were rotating Rodriguez and McCoy, like I believe like every other series. Um, I didn't see too many busts with McCoy. I'm not saying he didn't have any, but there were some like from the highlights that I watched, and I rewatched a lot of the other film. There were a lot of moments where Rodriguez was getting beat. And personally, I don't want Ryan Rodriguez starting at left guard. Um, Not because of how he played or anything like that. I just think it's dangerous for him to start at left guard because he's the backup center. So he's the guy next up at center. So if something happens to Zach Carpenter, then Rodriguez will need to move in right there. And I feel like it's best for us to allow him to get reps, but not play him as a starting guard because he is our fifth or sixth best lineman in general. So if something happens to him, God forbid, and something happens to Carpenter, then we either going with the true freshman at center or we're going to put Jalen Rivers at center, which will cause us to shift things around, in a manner that I don't think will be productive. So that's the only reason why I think he shouldn't be there. But it is what it is, man. The D line did what they were supposed to do. I hope Bane rests up and get well. That boy Barron was a fucking monster. He was whooping Florida ass all day. I know he only had like maybe one sack and two tackles for loss, but he was on their ass, bro. He played with a lot of intensity. He played like a motherfucker that know, like, all right, I need to get this money and get my draft stock boosted when I go to the league because this is my last shot. That's how he was playing all of his snaps. even down to where he on the 71-yard run, he came from the opposite side of the field, bro, and hustled his ass off to try to stop Montreal from scoring. You feel me? So he played great. I love what I saw from what we was doing inside. We was dominating, man, with Barrow and Mesidor inside. Um, Moten gave us some good snaps inside. Clark, like we had a lot, bro. Justin Scott got a couple of snaps. Um, Austin, outside of the one bad alignment I thought he had, he dominated them all fucking day. Like that boy was on any play that could be made, he was in the vicinity. That's how bro was giving it up. Like any play that could be made, he in the vicinity. He on their ass. Like no bullshit. I thought Kiko had a good game. Like I said, I thought Wesley had a good game outside of the one bad fit. Shout out Chase Smith, man. It's good to see that he's healthy. He's playing. He looked good size wise. A couple of the clips I had him on in the film, he made, proper fits, even though he didn't necessarily have to make some of the tackles on it. So, shout out to him. Um, Shout out to Darren Porter. I really don't think fans gave him enough love for how he played in general. But I pretty much credit him with clamping up Wilson. Like that shit was on clamps. Like no debating. Think he picked up like 20 yards when they put Lagway in. That boy was clamped the whole game. They couldn't even do shit with him. So shout out him for sure. Shout out Damari Brown. Prior to him getting hurt, he was clamping shit. They hit him with the little back shoulder, little 19-yard completion, but they went downfield on him like three times. Like the first drive and a half, I think Florida threw the ball downfield five times. Them motherfuckers threw the ball downfield only 39 times the entire season last year. So the fact that they tried to throw the ball down the field five times, like in the first quarter or quarter and a half, the shit shocked me, to be honest. But every time they tried to do it, it was clamps. They got that one bullshit pass interference call, but that shit was locked up. Um, I mean, we don't even need to discuss their passing game, bro. But Mish did his thing, for sure. Jaden Harris, I know he got ACC Defensive Back of the Week. He definitely made some plays. The sack, a couple of tackles. He had the interception. One thing I will say regarding him, and I think I only have like a couple of clips of it, but I watched a lot of the film back. He has to get better with the right run fits. He's not filling some of these gaps correctly. And a little too often for me before the play, he was confused about what was going on. Like you can see the communication wasn't clear or he didn't know exactly where he needed to be, in some situations and stuff like that. So he definitely got to clean that up for sure. Um, because some of those things could be critical later on. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got some of these run fits and you're supposed to be down in these gaps, making these tackles and just taking the wrong angle and stuff like that and allowing certain plays to happen. But and then, shout out Markeith, man. He he got some limited snaps and when he was in coverage wise, it was nothing on Keith. It was straight clamps. My boy wasn't going for none of that. Deani Hill had some good snaps. Obviously, OJ Frederick. They feeling like he gonna be a freshman All-American. Boy started. Um, Richards had some good snaps. Um, when Mertz tried to run into him, he should have popped his ass on the sideline, but it is what it is. But I don't really have nothing bad to say about the secondary in general. Plays were made. We stopped shit from downfield, and at the end of the day, I think we gave up 122 yards, bro. Like, I don't really know, how much more you want than that. Um, Thought we were effective on third down. Um, we had a lot of first downs, over 500 yards of offense. This is really about they just wasn't on our level, if we being honest. The only position group that they had that overperformed, I would say, is they had one lineman that performed pretty well. Montreal Johnson had the long run. I don't take anything away from him. I didn't. He surprised me with his speed, like you see it on film or whatever. But when he did get in that top gear, he took off on us. That was due to a bust, but he took advantage of it. But if we just holding things constant and being for real outside of that run, he had another run that was 12 yards. And other than that, he didn't do shit. So I think we played well because we were able to take away what they wanted to do. The pop passes and the different stuff like that. We shut that shit down with Wilson, took away them taking shots downfield, sold up their run game outside of two runs, and a couple of scrambles from Mertz. So we did what we needed to do. We dominated them in the fucking trenches. They pass rush was non-existent. They DBs, come on, we already know how that went. Nothing but dots and shit. They was getting beat. The only group that impressed me from them was linebackers. I didn't know Pup Howard was that good. He definitely impressed me, and Shamar James was as advertised. So I'll give them that. Their linebackers, played a good game. At the end of the day, man, it's just our time. Um, the schedule is light enough. We got the players. We got a quarterback, top five quarterback. We got a top five caliber running back. We got weapons at wide receiver. I was telling them stupid ass Florida fans before the game that our receivers were way better than theirs, and they was making up this shit about Wilson. And even with that game, bro, I think average 7 yards a catch. You can't be a great or an elite receiver and you're averaging anything under 10 yards a catch in college. Those are tight end numbers. I said it before the game. He ended up catching 7 or 8 passes for 50 yards. That's not gonna fucking cut it. If you that guy, you that star, you whatever they claim you say you is, you gotta produce more than that. And Graham Mertz ended up being exactly what I thought he was. He tried to throw the ball downfield, which he's not good at. That shit did not work. And it is what it is, bro. Like we was on his ass. We only had 3 sacks and 8 tackles for loss, but we got immense pressure on him whenever we wanted to get pressure. Like it was no problem, to get that shit done. So um that's basically it, man. I overall I was happy and impressed with, what we got out of it. And we didn't even show a lot of shit. Cam Ward said we didn't get all the way in our bag. For real, we left a lot of things on the table. CJ didn't play, AJ didn't play. We didn't use Riley Williams. Um, Shamar Kirk had been making a lot of plays. He didn't really get too many touches. Jacoby really didn't get a lot of looks and stuff like that. He didn't even go off on the boys. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of weapons, bro. A lot of weapons. I'm glad to see folks is back healthy, but we got a lot of weapons and we too deep at every position on the roster except quarterback. Emery is an admirable backup, but at no point would I want him running this thing. So outside of quarterback and maybe safety, um, where our two deep would still look good. You'd have some young guys in there at linebacker, but the two deep pretty much across the board for the rest of it is good. It's good money. We even three deep in some areas. Obviously, like tight end, running back, certain spots on the D line. Like it looked the way it need to look, man. So, um, it is what it is, man. Like we really beat the shit out of these boys. Like they had like 260 total yards. We pretty much the whole night was getting off the field on third down. They went for it on fourth down a couple of times. Like we was just on their ass, bro. But you saw the difference in the level of talent. They weren't on our level. I told folks that before the game. Fuck all of that swamp is loud and all of that bullshit. Nobody don't care about none of that, bro. At the end of the day, y'all gotta go line that shit up. And Cam Ward them quieted that shit down anyway. After he threw the pick, I wasn't even worried, bro. I'm like, all right, say less. Let's go get it back. You seen what he did. Easy money. Like, them boys better tighten up, man. We ain't nothing to fucking play with. And folks better stop playing. It's time. It's go time. Cam is not playing with y'all. He ain't playing with none of that shit, bro. But um nah, them is my thoughts on the game, man. I'm not gonna be too nitpicky about stuff, but um Sam Brown, he better tighten the fuck up. Ray, I didn't put him on the film of this, but he dropped a touchdown pass. My brother, you are backing up Xavier Restrepo. When you get in the game, you got to make the most of them opportunities. You can't be dropping balls that's hitting you right here in the hands that you would have walked in for a touchdown. You can't do that. Same shit with Sam Brown. Sam Brown, you need to tighten the fuck up. You pretty much left 14 on the field for us. You got to tighten up, bro. Like, make the most of them opportunities because Horton is not out there playing. Horton said he was coming for his and he had a good game. And then obviously George gonna get more snaps. I mean, he gonna get more looks. So that boy Sam Brown better tighten up for real, man. Um, outside of that, I think that's it, man. I think we'll see a lot of good things this week. I don't think we had any major injuries. I know Damari Brown and Bain went down. They say it's soft tissue stuff. They should be back in a couple of weeks, but um, we'll take a look at some of this film real quick before we get up out of here. And kind of cover some of the things that, like I said, that I saw on film. I chopped up way more plays and stuff like that, but I just decided not to use everything that I saw or everything that I broke down, but a lot of great plays that were made. And that's pretty much how we gonna do it. This is a Royal. He's gonna come boom like this. I was actually impressed because pretty sure Pup Howard makes this play and he's right here. He reads this well, comes up, makes the tackle, stops the game from being even larger. Boom. Good play. Showing this early on because this is obviously the interception. So boom. From the other view, they had this covered up pretty well. They got this covered here. He's right behind Jacoby. He's on Sam Brown. So Ward rolls out. He's rolling. He's rolling. Fletch is here. Ward's going to see George. So on the other side, George is open. He has an opening. By the time he throws it, space is closed, tips off of his hands. Boom. Go ahead and go back and picked off. Okay, cool. Did want to show that early on. The window is there, tipped off his hand. Boom, he gets this. As I'm seeing this live, I'm like, does he hold on to it? It moved, but it looked like he stayed under it. That was a great play by Shamar James. Can't hate. Richard should have tried to light his ass up right there when he ran into him. Like, don't sit up there and try to play with us like that, bro. Do not try to play with us like that. This right here is perfect pickup. 3rd and 10. Everything gets covered up the way it needs to be, and then it's gonna be clamps by my dog Keith on the back end. He gets out there. This is covered by Kiko here. This is covered. I mean, he's not even looking to the side, so he can't see DK. This is shit is all covered up. And then he tries to make this throw to Boardingham. And then this is all clamps by Keith. Hey, stop playing with my dog, Markeith. No, sir. Led us in interceptions during fall camp for a reason with 7. Stop playing. He wanted him. Straight clamps. Straight clamps. So, boom, we going to let this rock for a little bit as we cover a couple of these things. Boom. Had to come out the gate with this one. Boom. Come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing with Martinez. Stop playing with Martinez. He is really like that. So I will say, as this play develops, you'll see that Cooper doesn't actually get the block on Shamar James. He don't get the block. He barely touch him. Martinez ends up running by him anyway, so it is what it is. But he actually don't get a seal on him. See, boom, runs by, run him over. Easy money. Easy money for the taking. Come on, bro. When are you used to a Miami quarterback having their awareness like this? Like, we not used to it. So we gonna run to Martinez, run back one more time, boom, hit him, hit him. Don't play with him. So boom. Which we didn't see this right before because it's a highlight, but him and X have already communicated. X and Cam Ward have communicated already. They know he's coming hot off the edge. So this is a quick audible hot route. He just gonna hit X right here because he know he's coming, and they know that there's gonna be space right here in this area to go ahead and pick up easy yardage. Boom. Come off the edge, come weak, boom, spin, first down. Easy money. Easy money, dog. Easy money. Boom. You got it here. X dot right there. Look at that dot. Come on, man. Hey, stop playing with that boy. Stop playing with him, dog. He is not here to play. Now, I want y'all to peep on this play. Watch the one. This is one of my favorite plays from the game. One subtle step creates a false step for the D lineman and allows Cam Ward to buy the additional time he wants to continue to roll, search, search, and search, and he eventually finds Horton. Pay attention. I'm gonna run it back for y'all that didn't see it. He finds Horton right here. Good completion, go up first down. But I'm gonna run it back and I'm not gonna stop it. So you can see it through. But the little subtle step inside sets this whole thing up. Right there. Boom. That one. That little hesitation that he calls, and boom, he's able to hit Horton right here. Easy money, man. Easy money. Boom. Blitz comes. That was a great tackle by Pup Howard. That was an amazing tackle. He saved a touchdown there, 110%. Pup impressed me, for real, for real. But if he don't tackle Martinez, he's obviously walking into the end zone. So that's easy money. So I'm gonna just go ahead and play it. I'm not gonna even worry about it right now. We'll run it after the play. Boom. All right. So we gonna run that back real quick. So I know he got these ACC defensive back of the week and and all of that. I'm not gonna pull up all of the plays. I had about 45 to 50 different plays that I had done slotted and broke down, but I'm not gonna do them all anymore. But I will say on a lot of plays that I saw defensively, um, Jaden Harris struggled with his run fits. Before a lot of the plays pre-snap, there looked to be some confusion as if he didn't know exactly where he needed to be at times. And then also some of the run fits were bad. So as you're gonna see here, this is really gonna be all on him as far as why this 12-yard run is given up. Luckily, Porter comes and makes a tackle here, but watch Jaden Harris right here. All wrong. All wrong. You here. This is where you should be. Boom. Boom. Okay. Like, but that was a common thing though. I know he got ACC defensive back of the week, but I wouldn't even kid you. Like, there was a lot of times on film where he was just straight up out of place coming in with some of them run fits. Come on, man. A dot for my QB, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. Great seal. Great seal right here by Sam Brown. Great seal. Way to come in motion, come across, and seal it. Boom. Easy money. And Fletcher stumbled on this play too. I don't know if folks noticed that. He finished it. You know, it wasn't a problem, but he did stumble. Luckily, he didn't fall because everybody would have been hot. Boom. Sam Brown come off the organ motion. Boom. That stumble right there. But luckily, it was all good. He was able to get into the end zone. Easy money. Boom. Great Chase Smith sighting, man. It was great to see him in the game. Kid looked great. I know he's dealt with a lot of injuries and stuff like that. And I saw him, make a couple of plays, be in the right place when he needed to be, and things of that nature. All right, so off GP right here, we punted this boy. This is DK, and this coverage is ass. We're gonna be all the way real. This coverage is all the way ass, and y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. Freeze it. Four guys. So this is Chase Smith. Not really sure who this is right here. Like, come on, bro. And this is Markeith Williams right here. He actually hustles up and ends up making his tackle. But we can't be having shit like this going on. Like, I get it. But those are the type of breakdowns and over pursuits that happen, and it causes problems. And then right here, we just gonna back this up just a little bit before this play even start. So a lot of people when this happened live was on Jaden Harris' head. And I saw the replay and I was watching and I was like, damn, like, what is he doing? But I'm gonna be honest. Initially, I thought there were three culprits on this play: Alston, Basaint, and Harris. After further review, I feel like there's only two people that fucked up on this play. That's on this side, which was Alston and Basaint. And to be honest, I blame it more on Wesley than anything because I feel like Austin's splits was wrong. The alignment was off. And I feel like that was on Wesley to tap him or say something to him to let him know, hey, he needed to shift more because the alignment was a little off. If you pay attention, Jaden Harris actually feels where he's supposed to go. So he's under the assumption that Austin and Basaint both going to do their job. We've been preaching that a lot. One of the big things is, hey, do your job, right? Don't worry about everything else, but you need to do your job and trust that the man next to you is going to do the same thing. So you see right here, Wesley, he looking to the sideline to get a call or whatever. Not really sure if this is why this happens. On this play, you're going to see Austin's a little too tight inside when they call Hut. He's going to get sealed off here and pushed to the inside. I don't know if he was attempting a stunt. I'm not sure what he was doing, but just schematically, you wouldn't do that because this shit is naked over here. There's nobody over here. Like everybody is over here to the opposite side of the field, so it's naked. So I don't know why he would attempt to do that, but he played with a bunch of intensity all game, and this is one of the few plays, which is obviously a bust overall, but where I seen him getting moved, in particular by a tight end. And then Wesley, when these two linemen pull, he's not going to feel this right. Comes in and leads with the wrong shoulder. It's all wrong. Jaden Harris comes down and he fills in the gap that he's supposed to do. If Austin does his job and sets any kind of edge and Wesley feels it comes down and hits it with the right shoulder, he's going to force him inside. So Jaden Harris assumes they're going to do their job. He come inside and that's what ends up leading him out here. Boom. So this is what I was talking about. Austin all the way in here. Don't really know why. Um, and then Wesley, wrong thing. Jaden Harris is coming down and feeling how he should if they do their job. They just don't do their job. That's where that he was supposed to be forced to, but because he's here, he get pushed inside, and the angle that Wesley took, it led the whole outside. We ain't got no contain, no edge set, no nothing. I love the hustle by Tyler Barron though, from the opposite side of the field, bro. Like he like, nah, not that easy. I love the hustle. That boy was out there playing his ass off. But that bus wasn't on Jaden. He filled down how he was supposed to. That was on Wesley and Austin. Outside of that, I really didn't see Wesley make any other real errors, I guess. Thought he played great. So that's that. Boom. We're gonna come here, boom, dot. This play scared me. I thought Arroyo got hurt. Just seeing somebody chop him low like that, man, I thought he was gonna be hurt. So we're gonna freeze this here. The reason why we gonna freeze this is because so pay attention to what Cam Ward does. He pretty much sets Jakeem Jackson up, which is right here, by locking on to Horton at the start of the play. He puts him out of position. He knows he's supposed to. He's gonna be in thirds here. Um, Asa Turner has thirds here, and they're playing thirds here. So boom, he knows where he's supposed to be at. But watch how he holds him off. Horton's gonna be covered over here, but because Cam Ward stares him down, he gets Jakeem to lock on to him. He's looking at Horton. All the while, X is gonna work up here. 14 is gonna fill down here where he needs to. X gets right behind it, work it, easy tutty. Boom. Cam Ward looking at Horton right here. He's covered. 14 is going to be covering here. Jakeem Jackson is looking at Cam Ward. That's it. That's all it took. Boom. Got him to flip them hips this way. And now X is breaking here. And Asa Carter's here. He's out of the picture. You're cooked. That's it. That's all it took. One false step. He turned his hips. And as soon as he turned his hips, when he got locked on Horton, Cam Ward did a tap on the ball. And boom, it's out. Easy money, dog. Easy money. And see, they finna draw it up here. Look, Horton breaks out. He's covered. Jakeem looking at him. As soon as he opens up and he turns, Cam is like, I got him. Boom. Nope, I got you. There it is. Easy money. Tutty. Again. Boom. Oh, damn. You shit it. Fucked up the church's money, dog. It's over with. Come on, man. When the last time we had a quarterback throwing dots like that? Be for real, bro. Be for real. Coming in here with the Kiko sack. I bet you know his name now. Pussy. Stop playing with my dog. And they called him Kiki. Like, put some respect on Kiko name, man. Boom, here. X. This is Asa Turner. Oh, he done blew his knee out. Don't like seeing no kids go down. Hope the kid is all right. For real, for real. Crazy spin move. Pop bro knee. He was cooked. Oh, I'm right here. I got it. I'm on him. Oh shit. No, I don't. Oh, no, no. Down he goes. Man down. Get him out of here. Come on, man. Easy money, dog. Easy money. Boom. Hit it to Fletch. Easy. I thought he was gonna score right here. Boom. Great way to make a miss, Fletch. Boom. He do a little high step. I thought he was gonna score. First down. Way to make a play. Easy money. Now this boy right here was bullshitting all day. We gonna back this up real quick because this boy Sam Brown was playing dog. Like he dropped the touchdown that would have been the one X threw to him, and he should have scored right here. I know we got into the end zone, but he should have scored. Like he did not make the most of his opportunities. At this point, bro, look at this. Come on, dog. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Like, bro, you trying to beat him here. If you gonna do that, that's fine. But you gotta come with some force to try to run through his ass to break a tackle. If that's the case, you should have just raced him to the pylon and then get swung down. He played. He played with the church's money. You keep playing with the church money like that, Sam Brown. Horton played a great game. Horton, Kirk got some snaps. Like they're gonna take your fucking snaps if you don't tighten up, my boy. I'm not gonna even lie to you. You definitely didn't make the most of your opportunities. We obviously know that the talent is there, but you left 14 points on the field even though we scored here technically, but you definitely left another seven and you shorted, like, come on, bro. Tighten up. There was another ball that he had got thrown that he dropped. It was kind of in tight quarters, and then he got another opportunity downfield that he didn't come up with. You got to come up with those opportunities. Great play by Jaden Harris and Barrow and Austin on that sack right there. That's easy money. Good play. Real good play on that blitz. All right, so we coming in here with it. Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop playing with my quarterback, dog. Stop playing with my quarterback. Off GP. He's here. You see it, okay, boom. This is coming. This is boom. This is 13. They coming. Okay, y'all coming. Quick side throw. Boom. Right by him. Jason Marshall done shit it. He's out of the play at this point. Easy money. Look at him. Back here. Boom. They lucky this didn't go for more yards. Come on, man. When the last time we had a quarterback doing some shit like this? Be for real. Boom. Easy money. Jordan Lyle first down on 3rd and 4. I like what I saw on Lyle. He had a great play in pass protection as well. We gonna come here. See, this the type of shit that breaks somebody's soul. All right. It's 3rd and 10. Okay. Y'all already down 21. You say, okay, we gonna try to bring some pressure. But we got 4 here. We gonna have Shamar James come on the blitz. Easy money, dog. Dot thrown. Dot sideline. Damn, okay. You got me on 3rd and 10. Don't worry. 3rd and 11. This right here where the cake was baked. 3rd and 11, dog. And if you pay attention, Rodriguez and McCoy was they was rotating pretty much the whole game, like series by series. I don't know if people noticed that, but the two of them shared the duties. Rodriguez got beat quite a few times on Saturday. Um he gets beat on this play. He actually holds him as well. He holds 19, but it wasn't egregious enough to get the holding call, but he's definitely beat on this play. So 3rd and 11. Okay, we're gonna make something happen. Nope. Boom. Spin out. Dot. Y'all know the rest. Stop playing, bro. Bro in the fucking bushes over here. Fuck is you doing? Come on, man. Let's be for real. Hey, man. And then after he threw this, he didn't even go down there and celebrate. Boom. My boy took his helmet off, went to the sideline and said, hey, bro, tell them to stop fucking playing with me. Like, come on, man. We coming here with it. So we gotta tighten up on stuff like this. I know we up by 28 and all of that, but come on, man. Tighten up. Boom. So we here. We see it. We see it. The penetration is there. Clark, Mesidor. We get it up here. That's Scott in the game. Kiko. You gotta make that tackle. You gotta make that tackle. Boom. We coming up here. Boom. Another missed tackle. That was Jaden Harris on the whiff. We gotta make that tackle, man. For real. Could cost us later. And later at another point. Boom. Tyler Barron with the sack. He was fucking them up all game. That boy was on their ass something serious, boy. Like for real, for real. Come on. 2nd and 17. Stop playing with Austin, bro. He was fucking y'all up the whole game. I ain't like the coverage on 4th and 8. I felt like Richards could have been up a little tighter on him to make the window a little tougher, but it is what it is. All right. So we finna run this back real quick. I seen this on a couple of other plays when he was in too. This is Malik Bryant right here. So they're gonna motion that out over there to clear this up, but he gotta tighten up on this because pay attention. Boom. At this point right here, like, no, 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 can't do that. You know what you got. You know you got contained. You can't slide in that far and not be able to hedge back out that way and keep the contain from allowing him to get on the edge and run for like 15 yards or whatever. And this was the pick. So in my opinion, I'm gonna end up stop. So Meat shitted on this. Come on, bro. You got the convoy coming right here. What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Like you running into the running back. You only had one man to beat. The convoy was coming. You know what I'm saying? Like that was gonna be easy money. You had aldermen out there. A bunch of folks coming on the convoy. You should have just let the shit ride. But it's all good. He made a great play, made the right read. This was supposed to be a house call though. I don't like leaving no points on the like because we didn't even score. Like he ends up missing a field goal right here. So definitely took points off the board with that one.